Shalom. First and foremost, we give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Hamadash. Give honor to the apostles and the elders, the great millstone, and peace and salutation to the Akim and to the elect that are scattered across the four corners of this earth, putting this truth out in faith and in all sincerity. Honor Brother Shema Allah from the GMS Houston Camp. And, this is going to be just a little quick lesson going into Philippians. Some of the second chapter, which we just went through this in class. Spirit just got on me to, kind of just do a little brief lesson, on a couple of these verses in this chapter. All right, so I'm going to start at the top. So Philippians 2 and 12. If there be therefore any consolation, any Yahushua, if any comfort of love, if any fellowship of the Spirit, if any bowels and mercies, fulfill ye my joy, that ye be like-minded, having the same love, being of one accord, of one mind. So all of us we are the same body. All right, we got to be, the same mind. We got to be like-minded. We can't be joined together, but at the same time, have thinking different things. As far as because the one goal is we're supposed to be aiming for is salvation, right? And for us to basically be on point with one another, to push this gospel out, right? Because it's not about one single individual, right? It's about the furtherance of the gospel of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Right? That's supposed to be the main goal, not any vain glory, right? Or anything like seeking any type of glory on this side, seeking any type of fame, or any ulterior motives. We all got to be on point and have that same goal, that same mission. Right? Because if you look at it, that if warriors go out on the battlefield, everybody's out doing their own thing. They haven't really came together and, decided on a plan and what's going on and what we're going to do, how we're going to strive to achieve that goal. Everybody got to play their part, this and that. Everybody's going to fall in that battle. All right, but, we got to be, like Paul says, having the same mind, being like-minded. He says, let nothing be done through strife or vain glory, right? Making it about you. And what you want to do. I want this, I want that. I want my name, right, to be famous in Israel. You want your will to be pushed instead of the will of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. It said, but in loneliness of mind, let each esteem other better than themselves. And this is what we don't learn in the world. Right? Putting another person before you, putting your brother, not just anybody, but your brother in Yahushua. Right, we're your laborers together in Yahushua, putting that man before you. Okay? Because it's not just about you. It's not about me. We're to be servants and ministers of one another. And because in the world tells us how to be selfish. It's always about, oh yeah, man, I'm just worried about me. As long as I'm good, that's all that matters, or this and that. Now you gotta consider your brother and how he might feel in certain situations, what he thinks, considering his feelings. And it's not like whatever you come. Let's just say, like it comes down to it. Y'all gotta get something to eat, but you got a particular thing in your mind that you want to eat, or a particular thing that you want to do, and it's like, you want to do what you want to do, but if that man say, okay, I want this, you're like, oh no. Now you want to go home and shit, and you don't want to, that ain't how you gotta be. You gotta prefer, which it's gonna say it, down the line, but consider another man right before yourself. Right? It ain't gonna be like that in every situation. And saying that every time you just gotta, because that same type of characteristic, that same type of asking will be showed towards you. You know, that's how we got to be. But it says, look not every man on his own things, but every man also on the things of others. You see, it ain't about you, it ain't about me. And when things happen, like you can't always think about yourself first because we're a part of a body. So it's about all of us, right? Really, it's about Yahushua, right? We're in this thing, right? Because Yahushua was the Most High led us to Yahushua, and now we are preaching through Yahushua, right? This word, right? Service of Him, right? Because He's that sacrifice. See, but like the first thing in any situation, all situations, you shouldn't just be thinking about yourself, but how will it affect the next man? It says, let this mind be in you, which is also in Yahushua. And Yahushua showed the greatest example of love by being that sacrifice for us. Also, different other accounts, from healing people, right? Even amongst the disciples, washing the disciples' feet. When He's the second spirit, right? That was, or the first spirit that was created, right? That the Most High created, right? Higher than all of us. And He washed the disciples' feet. You see, He didn't put them, above Him, but He showed that humility, right? As being, a minister and a servant. He said He came to serve, right? To minister. That's the same thing you're supposed to do for one another. But it says, who being in the form of the Most High thought it not robbery to be equal with the Most High, but made Himself of no reputation, and took upon Him the form of a servant, and was made in the likeness of men. So yeah, he came. He had all this power. Right? He was, the first spirit that the Most High created. He had a high position, but when He came, He didn't come like that. He didn't come in a prideful and boastful way. Right? It says that He came riding on a donkey. Right? They tried to make Him a king. Right? He didn't give into it. Satan offered Him things, right? Kingdom and this and that. Right? He didn't take it. Right? There's been times to where, when they grabbed Him up, they told Peter, man, I can call the legions of angels to come help, but I ain't doing that. Right? He was obedient, and He's going to go into it as well. It says, and being found in fashion as a man, He humbled Himself and became obedient to death, even the death of the cross. So, even though He was tempted on all levels, like the scripture said, but he stayed obedient. As a lamb brought to the slaughter, He didn't fight it. He tried to ask the Most High, hey, is there another way that this can go down, that this can happen? All right, but hey, He knew what He had to do. He knew what He came to the planet Earth to do. He knew the job that the Most High had given Him, and hey, He endured that. For us, right? He was obedient. But look at the reward He got. He said, wherefore the Most High also had highly exalted Him and given Him a name which is above every name. See? Now we know that Yahushua is that exact name, right? As far as being a Messiah, that's the highest, right? But His position, though, Hebrews the first chapter goes into that. He's over all of the angels. He's over all of us. Only person that He's not over is the Most High. The Most High gave Him that power. Like Yahushua, He told His disciples that He rose, all power is given unto me in heaven and in earth. That's what He got for enduring and sticking to the mission. And we got to stick to the mission. We got to be obedient unto death. And no matter what we go through, if we have to die, He said, strive to the truth unto death, and the Lord will fight for thee. We got to keep that obedience and that faith and that fear in Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, no matter what's brought our way. Cannot have wavering faith. Most I don't like a double-minded man. You gotta have that rock solid faith. So, hey, the Most High will show up for you in situations. Even if you do gotta die, so what? Take that there. Pray for the Most High to put the Spirit on you to go through that. You ain't the first man that had to die in this thing. Right? If it comes down to you having to do that, look at all the other examples, right? The apostles. Right? John, the only one that didn't get put to death, but look at everybody else. Right? It's nothing to fear. It's nothing to be afraid of. We know what's to come. Right? Be obedient, even if it ain't a physical death. But going through these things spiritually, like I say, hey, we are killed all day long. All right, for the Lord's sake. All right, spiritually, catching hell. Job, what he said? Hey, he said, though he slay me, I will maintain mine integrity. Hey, be obedient. Right? It says that the name of Yahweh shall every knee should bow, things in heaven and things on earth and things under the earth, and that every tongue should confess that Yahweh is Lord, to the glory of the Messiah and the Father. See, hey, this man got exalted. You see, and he deserved that because hey, he put that work in. Right? We said, wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not in my presence only, but now much more in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. So, hey, you gotta want that for you. Right? You gotta want the crown that's laid up, the kingdom, all the things that's coming that Yahweh shall die for you to have. You gotta actually want that. Right? For that blood to be upon you, to be saved when the destruction comes. Now, we all gotta do this. We all gotta have that mindset, that charitable mindset, that mind of humility and servitude, and of love. And what is love? Love is according to the law, right? To these scriptures. That is how we love one another. We gotta walk in that right to the end, no matter what happens. Right? No matter what happens, man, you can't lose your faith. Right? That fear and belief in Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Right? You gotta hold on to that. Hold fast. The scriptures speak about holding fast. Right? When you hold fast, I mean you holding something tight. Somebody try to come snatch something from you, it ain't gonna be easy. Right? You gotta put it in a master lock. Right? Because why? Some things are gonna happen that's gonna shake this place. And that's gonna try to shake your face. And if your grip ain't tight enough, you're gonna let it go. So pray for strong faith. Ours are the same likewise. Right? We all should be praying for one another each and every day. Right? But because that's a form of love. But that, hey, I hope you brothers